As we grow older, many of us begin to notice subtle changes in how our bodies function. Maybe you felt it too. Simple activities like walking up the stairs take a little more effort. Getting out of bed in the morning isn't quite as smooth. Your balance may feel a bit off, and by the afternoon, your energy is running on empty. It's easy to assume this is just what happens with age. Maybe you've even told yourself this is just how it goes and started preparing to slow down. But here's something important to remember. You don't have to accept that narrative. Aging doesn't mean giving up on vitality. In fact, it's never too late to feel stronger, move more freely, and rekindle your energy. And the best part? You can do it without expensive gym memberships, complicated diets, or massive lifestyle overhauls. You simply need the right guidance, and that's exactly what this video will provide. Today, I'll be sharing 5 powerful, practical, and easy-to-follow habits that can transform your health and dramatically improve how you feel. Starting today, these aren't trendy fads or overwhelming regimens. Instead, they're simple, sustainable changes you can weave into your daily life. Step by step, these small shifts can lead to big results. And if you're wondering whether it's worth watching until the end, let me assure you, it absolutely is. The final 2 tips I'll share are what I like to call life changers. The kind of insights that can shift your entire routine and breathe new energy into your day-to-day living. Whether your goal is to stay independent, keep your joints moving, feel less fatigued, or just reclaim your confidence in your own body, this video is packed with practical tools to help you get there. Remember, this isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Before we jump in, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another empowering video. If this topic speaks to you, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. And drop a 1 in the comments if you're excited to take charge of your health. 0 if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see next. Let's dive in. You're going to love this. Number 1, sleep well, the silent healer that transforms your life after 60. Did you know that the quality of your sleep can significantly determine your long-term health? And did you know that as you age, sleep becomes not just a necessity, but a foundational pillar of your overall well-being? While many of us might brush it off as just part of life, sleep is actually one of the most powerful, life-sustaining processes we experience. It affects every system in the body, from the brain to the heart, the immune system to digestion, mood to memory. And yet, it's often the first thing we sacrifice. As we grow older, our health doesn't just rely on medications or treatments. It becomes increasingly dependent on daily habits, simple, nourishing practices that support our body's natural rhythm. Among these, sleep stands out as the most essential. Sleep is not a luxury, it's not optional. It is a deeply restorative function, a form of biological housekeeping. Each night when you sleep well, your body enters a remarkable state of repair. Cells regenerate, muscles relax, hormones rebalance. Your immune system goes to work, defending you against illness and rebuilding strength. And your brain? It cleans itself, consolidating memories, enhancing learning, and washing away stress. Unfortunately, sleep challenges become more common with age. Many people experience difficulty falling asleep, frequent waking, or early morning rising with no sense of rest. You may lie in bed for hours, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with thoughts, or you may wake feeling groggy, moody, and drained, regardless of how many hours you spend in bed. But let's be very clear. Getting older does not mean you have to accept poor sleep. That's a myth. In fact, now more than ever, sleep should be your top priority. Why? Because sleep isn't just about rest, it's about recovery. It's when your body recharges so you can show up for the people you love, make decisions clearly, and move through your days with confidence. Poor sleep can impact your mental health too. It can cause brain fog, forgetfulness, irritability, and even feelings of depression or anxiety. Small everyday tasks begin to feel like mountains. Your patience thins, your energy dips. The result? You feel like you're aging faster than you really are. That's why it's so important to take sleep seriously, especially now. Your nights matter just as much as your days. So how do we reclaim the rest we deserve? The good news is, improving your sleep doesn't require dramatic changes or expensive solutions. Often it's the small, consistent habits that make the biggest difference. Start by setting the stage for sleep. Your bedroom should feel like a sanctuary. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Use soft, warm lighting or even candles to cue your brain that it's time to wind down. Remove clutter. Make sure your mattress and pillows support your comfort. Consider soft background noise, like a fan or white noise machine, if it helps calm your mind. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol in the hours leading up to bedtime. These can disrupt your sleep cycles and reduce the quality of your rest, even if you do manage to fall asleep. And here's a big one. Turn off your screens. The blue light emitted by phones, TVs, and tablets can interfere with melatonin production, the natural hormone your brain releases to help you fall asleep. Try putting away electronics at least 60 minutes before bed. Instead, read a book, take a warm bath, stretch, or practice breathing exercises. Speaking of breathing, deep breathing or gentle meditation can do wonders for your nervous system. When you relax your breath, you calm your body. You signal that it's safe to let go. It might feel strange at first, but even 5 minutes of focused breathing can transition your body into a more peaceful, sleep-ready state. Another tip, keep a regular sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your internal clock and makes falling asleep easier over time. And finally, listen to your body. If you're tired during the day, give yourself permission to rest, but avoid long naps that can throw off your nighttime sleep. Instead, focus on building a nighttime routine that you look forward to, one that soothes you and prepares your body and mind for the deep, healing sleep you truly need. Sleep is self-care. Sleep is more than just a way to recharge. It's an act of self-respect, a declaration that your health, peace, and happiness matter. Each night you prioritize rest, you're telling yourself, I am worth the time and care it takes to feel good. Don't accept poor sleep as the price of aging. Instead, use it as a motivator to honor your body even more. Because when you sleep well, everything else starts to feel better. Your mood, your memory, your relationships, and your ability to fully enjoy life. So tonight, treat sleep as a sacred ritual. Protect it, cherish it, and let it work its quiet magic on your body, mind, and soul. After all, it's not just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. Number 2, don't stay still. Have you ever really paused to think about how much time you spend sitting every single day? It might sound like a simple question, maybe even an unimportant one, but take a moment, really take stock of your daily routine. And you may be surprised. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, sitting has become the dominant position of our modern lives. Whether it's at the breakfast table, in the car, in front of a computer screen, or curled up on the couch in the evening, most of our waking hours are spent in a chair. It's understandable. We seek comfort. After all, sitting feels like a well-deserved break from the pressures of life. But what starts as rest can quickly become a habit that undermines our long-term well-being. The truth is, extended periods of sitting, day after day, year after year, can quietly wreak havoc on our health, especially as we age. And often, we don't realize the damage until it's already been done. Sedentary behavior has become so normalized that we rarely question it. But let's be clear, sitting for long periods isn't harmless. It's not just about getting a stiff back or sore hips now and then. It's about what's happening beneath the surface. Subtle changes in your body that, over time, reduce your ability to move freely, weaken your muscles, and compromise your independence. When we sit for too long, our circulation slows down. Blood begins to pool in the legs, the heart has to work harder, and the muscles, especially those in the hips and legs, start to atrophy. This lack of activity slowly chips away at your strength and flexibility. The simple act of standing up from a chair can become more difficult, more painful. Walking across the room starts to feel like a task instead of a given. Before you know it, you're avoiding stairs, skipping walks, and relying on others to help you do things you once did without a second thought. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a reality that many people only recognize when it's too late. The longer you stay still, the more damage is done. And the longer you delay change, the harder it becomes to reverse. The consequences of prolonged sitting are not always visible right away. You might feel fine today, even next week or next month. But the slow buildup, what experts sometimes call the sitting disease, is as real and dangerous as any chronic condition. Sitting too much doesn't just affect your joints or mobility. It's linked to some of the most serious health conditions we face today. Obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and high blood pressure are all more common among people who lead sedentary lives. These aren't rare issues. They are some of the most prevalent and preventable causes of death worldwide. And it all starts with a chair. But what's equally alarming is how inactivity affects our mental health. When we sit for long hours without movement, we deny our bodies the opportunity to release mood-boosting chemicals like endorphins and serotonin. Instead, we stagnate, not just physically, but emotionally. Mental fog, low energy, increased anxiety, and even depression become more common in those who move less. The connection between physical movement and mental clarity is profound, and it's something we all need to take seriously. If you're still here with me, it means you're open to change, that you're willing to reflect on your current habits and ask yourself, is this the life I want to live? A life spent watching, waiting, and sitting, or one filled with motion, energy, and the freedom to move as I please? The most challenging part isn't understanding the dangers. It's overcoming the inertia. It's making the choice to stand up, literally, and say, not today, because you don't need to train for a marathon to take back control of your health. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need fancy equipment or hours of spare time. What you need is a willingness to move, even just a little bit, every day. Start simple. Get up once every hour and stretch. Walk around your home. Do some light marching in place during commercials or while waiting for your coffee to brew. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park a little farther away from the entrance. These might seem like trivial changes, but over time, they can make a world of difference. They improve circulation, strengthen your muscles, and keep your joints flexible and active. Remember, consistency matters more than intensity. A short walk every day is more powerful than an intense workout once a month. What matters is that you're creating momentum, that you're telling your body and your brain that you are committed to staying active, to staying strong, and to staying independent. It's easy to slip into a life of convenience. We live in a world that encourages stillness, remote controls, delivery apps, streaming everything from our couches. But we also live in a world that increasingly demands movement to maintain health. And the longer we sit, the more we sacrifice for that fleeting comfort. Every moment spent still is a missed opportunity to reinforce our vitality. So the next time you're about to settle in for hours on the couch, ask yourself, what am I trading for this comfort? Am I giving up my ability to walk without pain? My strength to lift and carry? My independence? The answer is in your hands and in your feet. Every small step, every stretch, every movement adds up. Not only does it keep your body functioning well, but it sends a powerful message to yourself and to the people around you, that your health, your energy, your freedom are worth the effort. Take ownership of your future by acting in the present. Don't wait for a diagnosis or a moment of crisis to force change. Choose movement today. Let walking become your daily ritual. Let standing tall be your quiet act of rebellion against aging passively. Let every step you take be a declaration of strength, resilience, and intention. Because the alternative is a life where you're constantly limited by aches, by weakness, by fear of falling. And that's not the life you want. The life you want is one where you're free to go where you want, do what you love, and live with energy and independence. So get up, stretch, move. Make it a part of who you are, not just something you do. Your body will thank you. Your future self will thank you. And every small motion today will become the foundation of a healthier, stronger tomorrow. Don't wait until it's too late. Move now, because every little step truly does count. Number 3, get sunlight. How often do you go outside? How often do you truly get outside and feel the sun on your skin? Sunlight is so much more than a comforting warmth. It's an essential life force that our bodies rely on to function well, particularly as we age. Over time, our ability to naturally produce vitamin D decreases, and that can have a noticeable impact on our health. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining strong bones, healthy muscles, and a properly functioning immune system. Without enough of it, we become more susceptible to issues like bone loss, muscle aches, joint stiffness, and even an increased risk of falling. If you're spending most of your time indoors, you're missing out on one of the easiest and most powerful health boosters available to us: natural sunlight. It's easy to overlook something so simple, but each hour we spend away from sunlight is time our bodies are not getting what they need to stay resilient and vibrant. Getting outside doesn't require grand plans or costly investments. It can be as simple as stepping out onto your balcony, taking a short walk around your block, or sitting in a sunny spot by a window. Even minimal exposure to sunlight can bring about noticeable changes in how you feel physically and emotionally. As we get older, our daily routines tend to revolve more around indoor comforts, and we slowly drift away from the natural world. But what if spending just 10 minutes outside each day could begin to shift your entire sense of well-being? Sunlight carries with it a deeply restorative power. It strengthens bones, sharpens the immune system, and lifts our mood when life feels heavy. There's compelling evidence that natural light helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that governs sleep and energy cycles. Better circadian regulation can lead to more restful sleep, increased daytime energy, and a greater sense of calm throughout the day. Think of sunlight as your body's daily refresh, a small, consistent habit that quietly nurtures your health and balance. You don't need to bask in the sun for hours. A few mindful minutes outdoors can recharge your mind and body in ways that go far beyond what we might expect. Whether it's a gentle stroll in the morning or sitting on your porch in the late afternoon, these little rituals in natural light can offer clarity, comfort, and a welcome boost of energy. On a personal note, I've found that just a few moments outside in the sun, especially after days spent mostly indoors, can shift my mood completely. The sunlight seems to reach into my muscles and joints, easing the stiffness and fatigue, while also clearing my head. It lifts my spirits and reminds me of the beauty that's still around us, no matter what kind of day we're having. Of course, it's wise to protect your skin with sunscreen, especially during the peak sunlight hours. But don't let fear of sun exposure stop you from enjoying its benefits altogether. Our bodies need sunlight more than ever as we age, and embracing it safely is one of the kindest things we can do for ourselves. There are many simple ways to reconnect with the sun and nature. Maybe you sit by a sunlit window while you read, or open your blinds to let the light flood your living space. Maybe you take a cup of tea outside in the morning and watch the world wake up. You might even just stand quietly on your porch or balcony, take a few deep breaths, and let your face soak in the light. These small practices create moments of peace and clarity that help us feel more grounded and more in touch with ourselves. Sunlight isn't just about physical health. It supports our emotional resilience too. Those small slices of time spent under the sky can energize us, calm our nerves, and bring us back to the present moment. They can remind us that life doesn't always have to feel rushed or heavy. There's healing in stillness, in light, and in the quiet connection to the natural world. Let sunlight be a reminder of what truly matters. Each day offers a new chance to pause, step outside, and give your body and mind the nourishment they need. This small act, so simple yet so powerful, can dramatically improve your quality of life. So don't wait for the perfect weather or the perfect schedule. Make space for sunlight today. Let it warm your skin, awaken your senses, and restore your spirit. In a world that often feels overwhelming, taking a few minutes to reconnect with nature can be one of the most powerful ways to regain control over your health, your energy, and your peace of mind. Let the sun guide you back to what matters, one light-filled moment at a time. Number 4, simple leg exercises. As we age, it's common to notice that our legs don't respond quite like they used to. Those once powerful limbs that allowed us to move freely and confidently begin to feel different. Subtle yet undeniable changes creep in. Our knees may ache with every step, muscles lose their firmness, and simple activities like walking that were once effortless can feel like monumental tasks. The thought of losing our ability to move freely can evoke a quiet fear, one that lingers in the back of our minds, reminding us of our vulnerability. It's all too easy to start viewing our legs as obstacles, feeling betrayed by them, imagining that they're letting us down. Over time, we may begin to see them as fragile, or even as a burden. But I want to remind you of something incredibly empowering. Our legs don't have to become burdens. With the right mindset and approach, they can become our most trusted allies once again. The key lies in embracing the idea that it's never too late to regain control over our bodies, no matter how old we are. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, you're not too old to rebuild strength and regain mobility. The beauty of this process is that you don't need a fancy gym membership or grueling high-intensity workouts to achieve progress. What you need is a commitment to moving, even if it's just a little bit each day. The small steps we take, the little bits of effort we make, will ultimately add up to something powerful. We often think that the window for improvement has closed, but I'm here to tell you it hasn't, not at all. As we get older, our muscles naturally lose some of their flexibility and strength, especially if we don't actively engage them. It can be discouraging to feel like our bodies aren't as strong as they once were, but let me assure you, it's never too late to make a positive change. Your muscles may not be as firm or resilient as they were years ago, but what matters most is that you keep moving. Whether it's just a few minutes every day or simple movements, each small effort will help your body improve over time. The idea of strengthening your legs doesn't have to be intimidating or exhausting. It can be as simple as dedicating just a few minutes each day to movements that engage your muscles. One simple but effective exercise is squats. You don't need to do them in an intense way. Just holding onto a sturdy chair for support will help. As you squat, your leg muscles will engage, reminding them of their strength. You don't have to push yourself too hard. Even the gentlest movements will benefit you. If you're ready to add a bit more challenge to your routine, consider using resistance bands. These bands are an excellent tool for targeting and toning your thighs and leg muscles. Resistance exercises are fantastic for building strength, and they don't require heavy weights or strenuous activity. You can start by gently stretching the bands while seated or standing, gradually increasing the tension as you get stronger. Another great option is leg lifts. This can be done while sitting down or standing. Simply raise one leg at a time, holding it up for a few seconds before gently lowering it. Doing this exercise consistently will engage your lower leg muscles, helping to build strength without overexerting yourself. It's an easy movement that doesn't require a lot of space or equipment. What's crucial to remember is that strengthening your legs isn't just about physical health. These exercises are also incredibly important for your emotional well-being. By engaging in leg exercises, you're actively lowering your risk of falls and improving your balance. These benefits are invaluable, especially as we get older. By focusing on balance and strength, you'll feel more confident moving around your home and out in the world. The fear of falling diminishes, and that sense of insecurity starts to fade. Beyond the physical benefits, leg exercises are also a powerful way to maintain your independence. Feeling confident in your ability to walk, stand, and move means you're better equipped to handle the day-to-day tasks of life. As we grow older, we often worry about losing our autonomy. Will we need assistance getting up from a chair? Will we be able to walk across the room? By making leg exercises a daily habit, you are actively taking control of your mobility and ensuring that you won't have to rely on others to perform the basic tasks you once took for granted. Consistency is key. It's not about the intensity of the workout, but rather about making exercise a regular part of your routine. You don't need to spend hours working out. Just a few minutes of leg exercises each day can make a significant difference. Start with something small, like standing up and sitting down from a chair several times, or lifting your legs while watching TV. These small efforts can keep you feeling comfortable and confident, allowing you to move through life with more ease and joy. The most important thing is not to wait for the aches and pains to dictate how you live your life. You deserve so much more than that. Take charge of your health today and give your legs the attention and care they need. Even the smallest efforts, whether it's leg lifts, squats, or simply standing up, are powerful steps toward a stronger, more independent life. The small victories you experience with each movement will give you the strength to live the vibrant, full life you deserve. As we age, we tend to shy away from physical activity, thinking that it's too late or too difficult to make a difference. But the truth is, the body is resilient, And with consistent effort, it can adapt and grow stronger. So don't wait for tomorrow. Take charge now. Whether you're doing leg lifts while sitting, squatting by a chair for support, or using resistance bands to target your thighs, every small effort counts. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. As you move through your daily routine, think of your legs not as fragile parts of your body, but as your allies in the journey toward independence, strength, and vitality. Each time you engage them, you're investing in your health and ensuring that you'll be able to move with ease and confidence for years to come. Every small effort adds up to big results, and with patience and consistency, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Keep going. You're not too old to be strong, and it's never too late to start. 5. Practice yoga or Tai Chi. As we move through the seasons of life, we gain something truly valuable: wisdom. Life teaches us through experience, shaping us with each year that passes. But with that wisdom also comes the quiet and sometimes frustrating reality that our bodies begin to change. The things we once did without a second thought, bending down to tie our shoes, stretching to reach the top shelf, or rising swiftly from a chair, start to feel a bit more challenging. Our joints become stiffer. Our muscles don't respond quite the same, and even our balance, which we once took for granted, can become a daily concern. These changes are natural, yes, but they can also feel like we're losing something: control, independence, ease. And when that happens, it's easy to feel discouraged or even fearful about what lies ahead. But what if I told you that this chapter of life could still be one of strength, grace, and renewal? That there are gentle, powerful practices that not only slow down the effects of aging, but actually help you reclaim parts of yourself you thought were lost? I'm talking about yoga and Tai Chi. If you're still with me and finding value in these lessons, please comment Toby below to let me know you're walking this journey with me. Now you might be thinking, yoga? Tai Chi? Aren't those for younger folks? But here's what makes these practices so extraordinary. They are for everyone. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you can't touch your toes or haven't exercised in years. These ancient disciplines are not about perfection. They're about presence. They are not about pushing your body. They are about listening to it, and they meet you exactly where you are, no matter your age or ability. Let's start with Tai Chi. Tai Chi is often described as meditation in motion. It's a graceful, flowing practice, almost like a slow dance with the air. The movements are gentle, intentional, and coordinated with deep, rhythmic breathing. Each movement leads into the next like waves on the ocean, with no sharp or jarring transitions. Practicing Tai Chi is like entering a quiet conversation between your body and your breath. It improves balance, coordination, and flexibility, all while calming the mind. For older adults, it's been shown to reduce the risk of falls, ease joint pain, and improve circulation. But beyond the physical benefits, there's something deeply soulful about Tai Chi. It brings stillness to the mind and gently invites the body to remember its own rhythm. There's a kind of magic in the way it makes you feel, not just stronger, but more centered, as if each motion is washing away layers of tension, fear, and stiffness. Then there's yoga. Now, don't think of yoga as bending into pretzel-like shapes or standing on your head. That's a myth. Real yoga, the kind that heals, is about gentle movement, breath awareness, and connecting to your body with kindness. It's about stretching what feels tight, strengthening what feels weak, and calming what feels anxious. Whether you're holding a pose or simply focusing on your breath, yoga teaches you to move with intention. And the beauty of it is that you go at your own pace. If all you can do today is breathe deeply and stretch your arms, that's yoga. If you can sit on a chair and do a few gentle twists or forward bends, that's yoga too. You don't need a studio. You don't need a mat. You don't need to be flexible. You just need to begin. Yoga strengthens your core, improves posture, and helps restore mobility. Over time, it improves bone density, lowers blood pressure, and enhances your sense of balance, both physical and emotional. But perhaps most importantly, yoga helps you feel more connected to your body, more accepting of where you are, and more hopeful about where you can go. What makes both yoga and Tai Chi so special is that they aren't just about physical fitness, they are about wholeness. They soothe the nervous system, quiet the mind, and offer something we rarely give ourselves: stillness, breath, and grace. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly felt peaceful in your body? Not just free from pain, but deeply at ease? These practices can give you that. They invite you to step out of the noise of daily life, to come home to yourself. And the best part? You don't need a fancy gym, special clothes, or expensive equipment. All you need is a little bit of space and a few minutes of your time. You can do yoga or Tai Chi in the quiet corner of your living room, outside under a tree, or in the stillness of your bedroom at sunrise. The practice adapts to you, not the other way around. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can begin to shift how you feel. Maybe at first you'll just notice that your shoulders feel looser or your breath feels deeper. Maybe after a week, you'll sleep better. After a month, your balance improves. And over time, you may begin to feel something even deeper. Hope. Hope that your body still has strength within it, that healing is still possible, that the second half of life can be just as vibrant, if not more so, than the first. Because here's a beautiful truth: age does not limit our ability to grow. It only adds depth to the journey. With yoga and Tai Chi, we don't just slow down the aging process, we transform it. We rewrite what it means to be older by showing that aging is not a decline, but an evolution. And so I invite you, begin. Start with a breath. Stand tall. Move slowly. Move gently. But move with intention. Let the practices of yoga and Tai Chi become your anchor. Let them be your quiet rebellion against aging passively. Let them be your path back to balance, back to strength, back to peace. Because no matter how old you are, no matter what aches or challenges you face, there is a version of you, stronger, calmer, more resilient, just waiting to be uncovered. You are not too old, and it is not too late. If you've been with me this far, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today we've talked about more than exercise. We've talked about reclaiming your body, your confidence, and your joy. Whether you're starting your very first yoga or Tai Chi practice today, or rekindling one you left behind, I want you to remember this. Every breath you take in awareness is a victory. Every stretch, a step toward freedom. Every moment you choose to move is a moment you choose life. Now I'd love to hear from you. What resonated most with you today? What practice are you most excited to try? Yoga or Tai Chi, or maybe both? Please leave a comment below and share one thing you're going to bring into your life starting today. And if you found this message meaningful, I'd be so grateful if you liked, shared, and subscribed. Let's keep walking this path together towards strength, peace, and lifelong vitality. Thank you for watching, and may your journey into yoga or Tai Chi bring you everything you deserve: balance, calm, and a beautiful connection to the body that has carried you this far.